You know, someone could ask what's happening, right? What's going on in life, right? In the reality, right? Not just within your compartmentalized section and frame and your small corridor and compartment of life. No, it's us branching out of our house compartment and going through life and time through other structures and to see what we could create and produce from other structures within the system being corrupt and it getting regenerated, right? And I'm barely finding out that I could do 3 minute videos, which is a surprise to me. So I'm gonna keep rolling through or whatever. And shout out to my IG, but obviously I don't know how that I take a break on IG, but I'll do lives in the future too, right? But the thing is like what's really happening, right? What's going on, and aside from people's self-imposed brain fog and confusion, because people like they could play their confusion cards in adolescence or in innocence or not that they could play like stupid, right, for whatever reason. And obviously there's a stacking of reasons, right, of like why someone is just playing dumb, because it's a manipulation tactic, right? And within their manipulation tactics, their facade, they can't hold their facade for that long because the transformation of life and the system simultaneously are happening, right? So since those two different transformations are happening, life, nature taking its course, decay, birth, life, death, decay, and then the system having birth, life, death, decay, that old Saturn matrix, it's having a rehaul effect, particularly, and the Saturn beacon being in Aries, so it's having a whole new, like the tipping of the iceberg of like it's simultaneously something like a figure eight kaleidoscope, right? Where it's like the Ouroboros dragon is eating its tail and it doesn't know if it's at the start or the beginning or the start or the end, but maybe it's a little bit of both. So because the starting is the end and the ending is the start, right? So within that, the system itself is getting transformed, and since that system, that Saturn matrix is getting transformed, all the court cases and all of these minor family corruption dynamics, they're going to be reanalyzed generally and standardly, right? So that's the logical miracle. That is, so I am the intellectual savior of this shit, for real.